Hi, my name is Zai, and today I will be reading my cringy story that I wrote when I was 13. And while I'm doing this in the background, I will have my sketching for an illustration I'm making, which I think the video will come up like next month or something. I don't know. Whenever I post the next one, this is the drawing I'm drawing. Um, so if you guys are here for my process, I will be putting like captions at the bottom if I do think of something. It has been a while since I did sketch this drawing because I didn't have the time to record, but now I have the time to record. And um, I wrote this story when I was 13. I have I had like a writing phase. I don't know if like people go through that, but I went through a writing phase, and this was the latest one. It's not done. It only has the prologue and the first chapter. I did read a little bit or a good chunk of it, and it was really cringy. It's really bad. I don't even remember writing it. um, it seems like I had plans to make chapter 2, but I just forgot about it. Anyways, this video shouldn't be too long because it's very short. It's only like 2 pages. Um, but yeah, I do have like more short stories that I've actually finished, and they are probably much worse because I think I wrote them in like elementary or like when I was like, I don't know, 9. I don't know. I didn't check the dates for that one. Um, but I don't know. If I feel like reading more of my stories, then I will. So, this story is called The Vampire's Adventure. I don't, well, now I remember, now I know the story, but when I first opened this document, I was like, what story is this? I don't remember writing this. So, I know I did write it because I remember the names and like the concept, but I don't know what I wanted this story to go or where I wanted the story to go. Okay, so without further ado, let's get reading this cringy story. The Vampire's Adventure. Prologue. Today, in the little world beneath us, where the world could not see, a little vampire hides deep down. This vampire is little known. Legends pass through the cities and towns, but none thought it was real. Callie is her name. I think I tried to like go for like a very mysterious vibe, but now it's just really bad. It's so cringy. I can't. Okay, onwards. Callie lives in the underground hell. She is the last vampire alive, as all the rest was in battle. But that was a long time ago. None of it was remembered. Time passes slowly in hell. Every day Callie would stare at the wall of dirt. She has little knowledge of anything. Callie always finds junk in her little underworld, such as a phone, candy wrappers, bones, etc. Little comment, I suppose. This is so bad. Clearly I can't write. I do a lot of telling instead of showing, or like, I know this is the prologue, but it's so bad. Okay. And who would use etc. in a story? um, anyways, last paragraph for the prologue. As days passed in the underground world, Callie wanted to explore the earth on top. She wants to see how life can be fun up there. Callie decided to dig up, hoping she can one day get out of here. Alright, so that's the prologue. How did you guys like the prologue? I remember, I don't know if it was this story or like some other stories I've made. I was like searching what the heck a prologue was because I was like, I don't know what a prologue is, but I wanted to like make sure that like, it made sense. And this is what I came up with. Very short, very brief. And then we're heading up into chapter 1. There's probably going to be a lot of grammatic mistakes because I still can't write. But yeah, I'm looking through it. Seems interesting. Oh dear. All right. Chapter 1. I dug and I dug. Nothing seemed to work. It's like I'm beneath the bedrock of Earth. Dirt and water made me slowly give up. It's not much progress with a broken plastic shovel and a bucket handle. I continued to dig, day after day, until I saw roots. Finally, land! I exclaimed in my head. I took a break from digging and tried to teleport. It made me really tired. I decided to go to sleep, but then I heard a noise. Ah! I was frightened. Oh dear. Oh no. Oh, I remember, I think I was 13, but I remember in like fifth grade, in grade five, my teacher was like, you cannot use the word said. And I get it. Said is a very redundant word if you keep using it. And like we were learning about like how to do things like how to write quotations, but for like if you're saying them in your head. And I'm guessing that's where I got that idea from. Oh dear. And then from here on, it's a lot of dialogue. So wish me luck. Hello? Is anyone out there? My English wasn't so good since I had no one to teach me. A man's voice weakly says, oof, why is it so, deep? Why is there a hole? Sorry, I whispered out in the dark. I lived here all me life. I started to walk towards the man. I bet he didn't know where he was and who I am. I used my energy that was left to make some dim light for him to see. Okay. Ouch. Whoever is there, can you help me get up? He stumbles to get on his feet. I pulled out my other hand that has no fire on it to help him up. Thanks, the man gasps. Oh dear. I'm just looking ahead and I can't read this. Okay. Sorry about the fall. I have no bed. Take a rest. I smelled something really tasty. Oh, I smelled something really tasty. I was like, how do you smell something tasty? Okay. Anyways, something that I never had before. Huh, okay then. I think I'm fine. Can you help me get back to the surface? Surface? I wondered out loud. Surface! Alright. I don't know how we can get up there. How old are you? He asked. No surprise. I didn't even know. I made the light a bit brighter for him to see. He was about 25 years old. Okay. I need a break. What is this? There's so much dialogue and grammatic errors and things. And also, like, I'm not a voice actor. I can't read this out loud. I can't read fluently. Clearly. But, oh. Especially with, like, the bad English, like, inside. I think that makes it so much worse. And then, like, the sound effects, like, a man's voice weakly says, oof, why is it so, deep? Why is there a hole? I think that, why? Why do I need to add so many effects, I guess? Okay. I hope my writing improved. Like, all I've been writing is essays. I can't write stories. But if this is how I wrote in, like, when I was 13, how am I writing when I was 9? How can my teachers read this? All right, moving on. So he was about 25 years old. I don't know. I can bring you to surface. Sure, how? I pulled out my hand and motioned him to grasp onto me. He holds my hand and I closed my eyes. Before a second longer, I was on the surface. Whoa, I was shocked at the view. It was a dark velvet sky. A few stars shine in the dark. I loved it. I looked at the man holding my hand Oh. I looked at the man I was holding hands with. How? What? The man started. He cleared his thoughts and asked. Yeah, okay. Sorry, that was just a grammatic error, and I was like, once I was just trying to think. Anyways, he cleared his thoughts and asked, "What is your name?" My name? I never thought of a name, so I decided to make one up. Callie. Nice name, Callie. My name's Jason. Okay, Jace? I put stammers in there, by the way. Like, Jace. Just so you know. Yeah, Jason smiles. Call me that. I like it. Jace pauses for a moment, then continues with his list of questions. Can I ask you some questions? Who asked that? Who would just... I mean, oh my days. This doesn't make any sense. Okay, can I ask you some questions? Mm-hmm. I never had questions before. Jace laughs. Okay. Why are you in a hole? How did you get us out of a hole? It took me a while to understand what he was saying. I was born in a hole. Sorry. It says I was born in hole, because clearly Callie's not supposed to be speaking well English. It took me a while to understand what he was saying. I was born in hole. I is vampire like you. He gave me a questioning look. Why were you born in a hole? And vampires aren't real. And this is where I think it was supposed to like be a cliffhanger, but this is what it says. After that moment, I realized that he was a human, and I kept smelling that good flavor because I smelled blood. He is my enemy. I knew I made a mistake coming up here. And that is where chapter 1 ends. Very short, very simple. It's so random. Especially like the parts where I can comment, because I'm not a writer. I can only criticize myself. The end where it smells like I smell blood. There was never any mention of that good flavor. So that was just really random. And then I didn't know that vampires and humans were enemies. And like, there's like no context. And there was so much like telling, not showing, especially earlier in the prologue and whatever. The terrible English just made it so much worse, and so much dialogue. Oh dear, it's so bad. Well, that is pretty much all I can do for now, because there's only the prologue in chapter 1. I don't know what I want to do for this story. I don't know if it was supposed to be romance, if it was supposed to be like action, what it was supposed to be, but I just know that I didn't finish it. I think I didn't really know where I was going. I don't know, because it says chapter 2 and it has literally nothing after. Maybe I just gave up with it. But if people like me reading my cringy stories, if you want more cringy stories, I have like 5 more, and those are done. Those are like completely done. Those are old, much older than this one. This is the best writing I got for you guys, like best story I have. I remember I wrote a story that was like hundreds of pages long, or hundreds of chapters, I don't remember. But then it got lost. I can't find it anymore, so you can't read that. But dear me, this sucks. Yeah. I'm just like questioning my life. I don't think this video is gonna do very good. It's not like drawing related. But my next video, if everything goes according to plan, should be me coloring this illustration. Yeah. Thanks for watching, I suppose. If you want me to read more of my cringy stories, then let me know. I don't know. some way if this video does better than some others, or even if it doesn't even do good, I probably will if I don't have another video idea. However, I think I do have a couple of plans because I need to make another model if I keep with the persona that I'm drawing. But thank you guys so much for watching again, and I'll see you whenever I make my next video, and hopefully that won't be me reading cringy stories. See you next time, I suppose.